All right. We are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. We're here to talk about everything in terms of professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside the ring. Excuse me. Backstage news, and drama behind the curtain. Also, we talk about, contract talks. We also talk about contract negotiations, injury statuses and active updates in terms of, wrestling superstars. We, touch on promotions from WWE to the NWA, the GCW, Stardom, New Japan Professional Wrestling, AEW, Ring of Honor, TNA, WWE, you name it. If it makes major news wrestling, professional wrestling headlines, we talk about it here on the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast. All right, so let's go. Let's go. Sorry, I ate before it's always happened. I get off at like 7, and then the podcast starts at 8, and I get home and I just start I just I just shove my face full of food. It's like, shut up, Eric. You got a job to do. But then this is what happens. This is what happens. All right, so we're going to talk about I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real Hulk Hogan signs with WWE, and I hate it. I got to be honest. I I don't think it's good. I don't think, what's up with this nostalgic feeling? Sometimes in wrestling it works. Yeah, it works. But Hulk Hogan coming to WWE again. Ah, God, Hulksters, no more Hulkamaniacs. No more Hulkamaniacs, please save me. So Hulk Hogan appeared on the Impulsive podcast hosted by Logan Paul, and he told Logan that he agreed to a new contract with WWE. He said, and I quote, "I signed a 5-year deal, brother. Hulkmania is going to run wild again, all over your face. I'm just kidding. No. 71 years old. The man is 71 years old, and it's crazy. It's, obviously, because you could probably think that guy on your right there, you know, over Dana White, both of them were at and we're not a political podcast, but they were at the Trump Republican convention. You gotta believe that there was probably a little, hey, man, I was a huge fan of you growing up. Man, I loved the UFC. And it's just, that's how he probably got his foot. He kind of weaseled his way back into WWE because, oh, God, Hulk Hogan right now? Oh, my God. So he said he was brought back into WWE for licensing and merchandising. Kind of, he's going to be an ambassador. Great. I mean, Hulk Hogan has been far away from WWE since 2015. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's been, recently or historically kind of in the public eye and on the positive note, or mostly, honestly, mostly all negative. It's crazy. And I'm not we respect Hulk Hogan. He was part of the wrestling. He was huge in the 80s. When he moved to WCW, he gave WCW a lot of hope. Went back to WWE, then with the TNA, gave TNA all this hope. But of course, him and his best friend Eric Bischoff came together and once again ruined another wrestling promotion. But I'm just kidding. No, not shot fired. Not shots fired, guys. I'm sorry. Uh, but I don't know. He's just been. I don't think it's right. I don't think this is good for WWE. He's made. In the past. These are. They're all scandals and stuff like that. He made a video with racist remarks that eventually led to WWE kind of lifting his name from the Hall of Fame. But eventually he was, reinstated. Was controversial, 1,010%. Hulk Hogan, I don't know. He's always been recently and historically kind of been in the public eye, mostly negative. Negativity killed the cat. Negativity will kill Hulk Hogan. He made an appearance at the Republican National Convention in July to endorse Donald Trump, and that's not the bad part. I don't want Republicans watching this podcast. And like I said, this is not political. I swear to God, this is just kind of crazy. I don't want people, oh, what's so wrong that he joined the Republican convention? That's not wrong. It was the disrespect that he showed, the Democratic nominee, Kamala Harris, basically, mocking her for her heritage. also her fashion, and said that he would body slam her. Like, dude, like it's cool, man. Everybody has their opinions about, the things we don't talk about at the dinner table on Thanksgiving. Politics, religion, some kind of, views in terms of like the LGBTQ community and stuff like that. Sometimes you avoid talking about those kind of aspects because very touchy, very touchy. And by all means, everybody has every right to believe in what they want to believe in. They have every right to be happy. Go ahead and pursue whatever you want to pursue. You only have one life. You kind of come on here on this earth and, just gotta be happy, love your loved ones. But, why did you have to why did you have to comment on the heritage part? Like, why, Hulk? Why? Why? I know you're a real American, man. But I don't know. I just like why? Why did you have to do that, dude? Why? And like this move to me, Hulk Hogan being signed to WWE, I only have one word for it. It's ridiculous. It's 1,010% ridiculous. Why does WWE need Hulk Hogan? I respect Hulk Hogan. Like, I get it. I get it, dude. He was essentially the death of WCW. He did not want to take bumps whenever, creative people came up to him and be like, look, Hulk, he had a creative clause control. You know what that means? He gets to say, he gets to pick who he loses to, what promo that he gets to lose to, whatever. He basically got a blank check. They're like, look, Hulk, you can do whatever the hell you want, man. Do whatever you want. Whatever you want. If you want to rip off 1,010%, 1,010 shirts on Monday Night Nitro, do it, man. Just freaking do it. It just arguably be, the reason what caused the death of WCW and TNA. Also, I get it. Like I said, he's a household name, yes. His career spanned for over 4 decades of professional wrestling. Who doesn't know who Hulk Hogan is? Nobody. Everybody knows who this guy is. So I get it. Also, he's on the Mount Rushmore of basically every wrestling fan. I don't, like I said, not political podcasts, focusing on Hulk Hogan as the wrestler. Even inside when he was wrestling, I feel like he lost it. I feel like he lost it. And if he was really, behind the scenes in terms of what Vince Russo was doing, Eric Bischoff, maybe he left them with no choice based on his decisions and his clause and his contract. And it was bad. And then going to TNA, Dixie Carter was like, nope, I'm gone. Bam, Panda Energy, the main sponsor of TNA, popped out. They're like, nah, dude, I'm good. I'm good. I don't think. And then TNA went down. TNA went down. It's currently, it's building itself back up. The collaboration with WWE and NXT is great. But there's just so much baggage. There's just so much baggage besides wrestling that, it just tarnishes tarnishes the reputation of somebody that is honored, loved inside of professional wrestling, and it's a damn shame. No, you had the sex tapes, you had the racist rants, homophobic slurs. He pushed the COVID-19 conspiracy theories. He admitted that he was holding down wrestling talent once when he was in WCW and WWF/WWE. What? You know what? It's a business. It is a wrestling business. Why WWE would even decide of, bringing this guy back? I get it. Yeah, I get it. You also, like I said, not a political podcast, but you can't be dumb. You have the election in 2024 November, and I just I could see maybe him going a little crazy in terms of the Donald Trump kind of side, the envisionment of him being president once again, and maybe finding himself in trouble in terms of the public eye once again for WWE to be like, you know what, yeah, dude, we made a huge mistake. Hulk Hogan, he's apologized, yeah, but even I think there was oh my god, I think no, there was an apology that he made about the racist remarks, and New Day's Xavier Woods and I believe Big E kind of saw and was like, dude, I kind of see through this BS. You know what I mean? Like, I think I see through the bull spit. I this guy, like, he feels like he's like he's like the everything. He's the crap. He's the the cream of the crop. And he can say whatever the hell he wants because you're using me for, what, like you said, merchandising. Using it to be an ambassador. You know, and he said it himself on the Impulsive podcast with Logan Paul, who actually is kind of in trouble as well. Logan Paul, he's not shy away from controversy as well. Like he said, if WWE needs me to do a WrestleMania, brother, I'm gonna do it. And we're gonna be like, all right, cool. We get to we get more Hulk Hogan. That's awesome. Cool. Like I'm so excited to see this guy that found a way to take one of the most prestigious wrestling career, F it up, and now kind of live in the limelight where you have, critics like me who are kind of like, I don't think this is such a good idea, dude. I don't think it is. I don't think it is, but I am who I am. I've only been a wrestling fan my whole entire life. Maybe he will be good for WWE. I'm not too sure. Maybe they can start selling the Hulkamania t-shirts on the on the boardwalk again. Maybe they could start. Maybe they can develop a new NWO because you know how you know Hulk Hogan loves to revamp that NWO aspect. He tried to do it in the TNA, did it in the original in WCW. Tried to do it in WWF/WWE. Wasn't good. But I don't know. I questioned the decision by WWE by doing this. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think inside the chat. Obviously, no, give me a little help here. Tell me, maybe I'm just being, maybe I'm just being highly super critical. Maybe be like, people do deserve a second chance. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on the Hulkster. Hulkamaniac running wild. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No. What if I just did that? It'd be kind of cool. I'm just kidding. All right. So that was my Hulkamania rant. Like we do every Wednesday, we talk about our Wednesday's weekly wrestling news. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite ice cold beverage, and join me here in about like 25 seconds.